Hi guys! Welcome sa SIP9. In this video ay itutuloy natin yung series natin on Senior High School Precalculus. So itutuloy natin yung discussion natin on parabolas with vertex at HK. No? Tignan natin tong problem na to. Find the vertex, focus, and directrix of the parabola with equation y minus 1 quantity squared is equal to 4 times quantity x minus 2. So, alin kaya dito sa dalawang equations na napag-aaralan na natin yung gagamitin natin dito sa parabola na ito. No? So, kung makikita natin, yung y minus 1, yun yung naka-squared, which means na dito tayo sa y minus k na naka-squared. Ibig sabihin, hindi natin gagamitin yung unang equation. Okay? Of course, alam natin na yung y minus k is equal to y minus 1. Tapos alam din natin na yung 4, yan yung ating 4a. At yung x minus 2, yan yung ating x minus h. Alright, so tignan muna natin yung vertex. So yung vertex ay yung h at saka yung k. Diba? So for h, we have, alam natin na yung x minus h is equal to x minus 2. Which means that if we subtract x from both sides, no, pwede natin tagalin yung x. Which will give us negative h is equal to negative 2. And gusto nating maging positive yung h, so we can multiply both sides by negative 1, and this will give us h equals 2. Alright? Now for k, we have y minus k is equal to y minus 1. And again, we can subtract y from both sides, and this gives us negative k is equal to negative 1. At gusto rin natin na positive yung k, so k is equal to 1. We also multiplied both sides of the equation by negative 1. Alright, so alam na natin yung hk, yung vertex, which is 2, 1. Okay? Now, yung pangalawa na kukunin natin, yun yung focus. And bago natin makuha yung focus, dapat alam muna natin kung saan nakaharap yung graph, no? So, pag yung graph mo opening upward, nandito yung focus. Pag graph mo opening downward, nandito yung focus. Pag opening to the right, dito. Pag opening to the left, dito. So, depende, no? So, dapat alam muna natin yung pwesto ng graph. Now, pag ganito yung equation natin, y minus k squared is equal to 4a times x minus h squared. Is it opening sideways ba siya or upward, downward? Remember yung graph na y equals x squared, di ba? Ang graph niyan ay pag ganyan, di ba? Pag x equals y squared, pag ganun, di ba? Yun yung palatandaan natin. So, asan yung squared? Nasa x ba siya o nasa y? Nasa y siya, di ba? So, ibig sabihin yung graph natin, it's either opening to the left or to the right. Okay? At para natin malaman kung opening to the left or to the right siya, we have to know the value of a, no? Pag a positive, the graph opens to the right, and if a is negative, the graph opens to the left, no? Madaling kunin yung 4a kasi nandito na siya, no? So 4a is equal to 4, and which means that a is equal to 1, dividing both sides by 4, no? So positive siya. Ibig sabihin yung graph opens to the right. Pag negative yung a mo, opens to the left. So alam natin yung graph na nakaharap siya sa kanan, and we already know the vertex, no? The coordinates of the vertex R21. At nandito yung focus natin sa kanan, di ba? Ano nga ulit yung distance from the vertex to the focus? Di ba yun yung A? So, ibig sabihin 1 unit to. No? Which means that the coordinates of this is 3, 1, di ba? So, ang magbabago yung x mo kasi, you're moving to the right, no? It's a movement to the right by 1 unit. So, ibig sabihin yung focus natin, yung coordinates of focus is 3, 1. No? So, kahit walang formula, basta alam mo yung pwesto, di ba? And remember, yung focus natin ay, pag siya ay pakanan, we have the coordinates of the vertex HK. And since pakanan siya ng A units, ibig sabihin magpa-plus A ka doon sa H niya, di ba? Which means na yung yung focus mo ay nasa H plus A. Okay, no? Which is actually this one. So, the focus is H plus A K, which is equal to 2 plus 1. Yung H mo ay 2, di ba? And then, yung K ay 1, which is equal to 3, 1. Okay? So, kahit hindi mo yung kabisado yung formula, makukuha nyo siya. Basta alam niyo yung pwesto ng graph. So, the focus is 3, 1. No? And, yung directrix. Diba? Ang directrix naman ay opposite naman siya nasa opposite naman siya ng focus. So, it's a line. Here, it's a vertical line. Opposite. With the same distance, no? Ang distance niya from the vertex is the same as the distance of the focus from the vertex, no? Yun ang definition ng directrix. So, it's somewhere here. Which means na ang from here to here is also A, no? So, if this is 2, 1, yun yung HK natin, di ba? You are moving by A units to the left and A is equal to 1, meaning, ano yung equation ng line na to? This is x equals 1, di ba? Magbabawas ka dito. So, yung directrix natin, ibig sabihin niyan ay h minus, the equation is h minus A. And ang h natin ay 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1. So, the equation of the directrix is x equals 1. Okay, so I think nasagutan na natin lahat. No, we have HK. That's 2, 1. The focus is 3, 1. And the equation of the directrix is x is equal to 1. Alright, so as you can see, hindi nyo kailangan mag-memorize. Dapat alam nyo lang kung alin dun sa dalawang equations kanina yung gagamitin natin. And you can locate the other points. No? Alright, so sana nag-enjoy kayo sa ating tutorial. I'll see you in the next video.